Join me today as we take a look at a couple of cases from Ringke for your iPhone XS Max. So if you've watched a couple of my past iPhone clear case videos, the name Ringke should be familiar because I always tend to include their case in my clear case reviews. Now, the kind folks over at Ringke were generous enough to send me a couple of cases to look at for the iPhone XS Max. So we'll go ahead and unbox this and see what they sent. So here's the package Ringke sent over, and it's always great to get packages during the holiday season because they almost seem like gifts. So I already cut this open. They sent a nice little note. Thanks for considering the latest Ringke products. Please find enclosed samples of the Fusion Smoke Black and the Dual 10 Sand compatible with the iPhone XS Max. And they also sent a Ringke Prism ring as an accessory. And let's take a look. Let's go ahead and get everything out the box and let's lose the box. So as they said, this looks to be the Prism ring. They sent over, looks like screen protectors and a couple of cases. We have the Fusion iPhone XS Max Smoke Black. And the case I actually have on my phone right now is a clear case, and this is the clear Fusion iPhone XS Max. So this is probably the same case, but it looks like a smoke black bumper. I will be interested to see how that looks on my gold iPhone. And this one is a dual 10 iPhone XS Max Sand. So the color is sand, and this features military grade drop protection. Cool. So we're going to take a look at two cases. Screen protector. This is probably your typical screen protector. Installation looks about the same. I've kind of switched to glass screen protectors because I like the feel of glass better. But if you want just the film, this is probably a great option for you. So I'm going to set these aside and let's take a look at this. This is the Fusion ring. And these are those accessories, and I've seen these before. I don't typically use these myself, but I know people do. And let's open this up. And these are so that you can affix them to the back of your iPhone. Maybe there's some adhesive. And you can actually, let's take one of these out. Now I'm not going to install this on my case. I kind of want my case to be flush, and I like the clear back. And this is again one of their cases. This is the clear Fusion case from Ringke. And if you want to take a closer look at this case, you can find it in my clear case video. It's one of the 5 I take a look at in my clear case video. So what you do is you would attach one of these onto the back. There's a film and adhesive there. It sticks on there, and then if you want to, this thing spins, and then if you'd want to, you can hold your phone in place when it's affixed there. Some people find them useful. I typically don't use them. It adds a little extra bulk, but if you like these rings and you want to hold your phone more securely while you're doing things, you can have one-handed movement and not worry about your phone flying out of your hand. I think this is a great solution. So thank you, Ringke, for sending those. And they also sent a black one as well. Now what I really want to take a look at are these iPhone XS Max cases. I'm going to set this one aside because this is similar to what I have on my phone now. And this is the Fusion iPhone XS Max case, clear case. As you can see, the back is clear, but it is the smoke black option. And I think this will probably look great on space gray iPhones. Let's go ahead and open this and see how it looks like. Now this packaging, they do have a thing where you can tear here. I like to seal these back up if I'm not going to use them, kind of to keep them a little crisp in the packaging. So I'll just open the bottom. So it comes with a thank you card. some other accessories that they want to promote, and how to remove the protective film. And if you've seen some of my past videos, I really have a disdain for this protective film. I understand why they do it again, because they want the case looking as new as possible as it can when the consumer gets it in your hands, and you won't see scratches. But they are a pain to remove. So I'm gonna probably skip through the part where you see me struggling to get this off. But as I did in my clear case video, I'd like to remind manufacturers, if you want to put the clear film, that's great, but maybe add a pull tab so it's easier for us to remove it. So here, I'm gonna skip through this. Okay, film off the case. Let's go ahead and remove it from, or let's remove the old case from my iPhone, and let's see how the gold looks in here. Again, I'm curious to see how it looks in this smoke black option. So let's go ahead and put inside the case. And there it is. This feels much like the clear case. There's a little bit of texture on the button, power button, none on the volume up and down buttons, and it's easy to reach the mute switch. So that smoke gray really looks great. I think, again, on the space gray iPhone XS Max, that would be a very nice option for that phone. But it looks pretty good here on this gold iPhone as well. As we can see, there are raised corners, and there's extra cushioning on the corners. Minimal branding. You can see, maybe you can't, I don't know if the camera will capture this, but there is a very faint Ringke logo there. A little bit raised. There is access to the lightning port, openings for the speakers. Here's a little place where you can put a lanyard. Again, the bevels here on the corners and around the camera will protect it when you put your iPhone on its back. It'll raise it up off the surface. If you can see the ends, the bottom end and the top end is raised slightly more than the middle, so that'll give you protection when you put your phone face down, and your screen will be protected and it won't touch the surface. Now I have a glass screen protector on here, so that's 2 stages of protection: screen protector itself and the raised bumps, or the raised area bezels on the front of the phone. That's a good looking case. I think from the front view, it looks like it could be a black iPhone, which is great. And then you still have the clear to see the back. I really wish I had a space gray available to me so I could see how that looked like, how this case would look like on that phone, because I think this case would look spectacular on the space gray. Good looking case. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Dual 10 iPhone XS Max case sand. And again, it features military grade drop protection. Top says a new line of defense, shock absorption design for drop protection. So this is going to be a bit more rugged for those of you who might be out in the field and need something a little more rugged than your average clear case. You need a little more protection from drops, protection from the elements. This will probably be the case for you. Again, it says thank you. I have a thank you card and pretty much the same literature as the clear case, minus the instructions for removing the film, because this has no film. So let's take a look at the case. It's a little flexible. So this looks to have, I think, 2 different types of material, kind of like a more flexible plastic rubber, and this is a harder shell. They're both flexible, but the back is the harder shell. And there is ample protection around all sides on this case. So the corners seem to be extra protected. Some branding there says Ringke The inside says the ultimate experience, Ringke Dual 10, military grade drop protection, and it's an original design. Let's go ahead and put the phone in there. Let's remove the Fusion Smoke Black case. Let's put it in this one. So I typically don't go for the heavier cases. I don't like the extra bulk. But if I needed something a little more rugged, I think this case would be it. It's a good looking color. It says sand. It seems almost like a, I don't know, like a military kind of beige or green beige. It's a nice color. It definitely looks more rugged. The texture is really nice. Feels good in the hand. Let's see the buttons. Mute button, mute switch is easily accessible. Up and down volume buttons are accessible. And I can feel, I don't know if I can capture it, but it looks like, let's see if the camera can get that. The volume buttons are raised on the sides, so they seem easier to press up and down because of them being raised on the side. So they kind of feel more like they're separate instead of being flat. Power button has some texture. That camera is well protected, although there's nothing over the camera. That is a deep recess. Again, the corners are raised. The center is raised as well. So it's a good looking case. So your phone is protected whether you put it on its back. That camera is well protected. And the front there is the same height of the ends for the bezel. You can see it goes around there. And there is a bit of a lip on the top and the bottom. And there's ample protection or cushion on the corners, on each of the corners. So this will be a great protective case. It feels good, and you know what? It's not really as bulky as I thought it would be. Again, access to lightning port and speaker openings. And there is a little place where you can attach a lanyard or a little loop or something. So overall, great looking case. I really like this case, actually. I like it more than I thought I would. So another winner from Ringke. So I've had the clear Fusion case on my gold iPhone XS Max, and it's been a great clear case for me. And I think the smoke black version will be a great option for those of you with a darker space gray iPhone. And if you want something with a bit more protection, I think you can't go wrong with that Dual 10. It has dual layers of protection. It's military grade drop protection. It's a bit more rugged, so if you have to bring your iPhone into the field where maybe you can't be as careful with it as you otherwise would, I definitely recommend that Dual 10. So once again, I'd like to thank the fine folks over at Ringke for sending me these cases. And if you found any of this information useful, please give the video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing and tapping the bell if you'd like to keep up to date on my videos. And please feel free to share. And until next time, please be safe out there and take care.